All right, and welcome to the Surprisingly Music podcast, where we talk about things that are music related. Well, we review albums.
Yeah.
We pick
We're
an album, one that either both of us listen to.
one of us listens to or neither of us.
Yeah, so it's just kind of what comes up. We might see like an artist, like, hey, I want to give them a try.
Like Eskimo Callboy.
I think that one will come up.
What a rising star.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We can kind of go over our music stuff at the end.
Yeah.
But for the very first inaugural episode, we chose
Death of a Bachelor.
by Panic at the Disco. It came out in 2016.
Probably between the two of us, our number one album. Like,
Yes, if we had to make a joint one, Death of
Yeah.
a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco would be their best for us. They would be our
Yeah.
number one album of all time of all artists.
Yeah.
So, surprisingly, music, let's just give a quick run off, is going to be a spin-off podcast that they're both at episode 1. So we're just doing 2. They're not really spin-offs.
we're doing two podcasts that we want you to know are related because
Yeah.
they're both us.
Because we're branding. It's called Surprisingly Sober.
And
and-
surprisingly, music.
Surprisingly Sober music.
Shit, dude. I could do a cooking show and call it Surprisingly Tasty.
And check out our third on YouTube cooking show, Surprisingly Tasty with Taryn. Surprisingly Tasty Taryn.
Surprisingly tasting Taryn, otherwise known as a Tinder date.
It's not usually a surprise. It happens surprisingly quick.
Yeah, like literally getting texted at 8 p.m. and going over there immediately right after my shift.
I'll save that for the Surprisingly Sober
Yeah.
podcast. So basically the gist of all our podcasts is that I'm drunk and he's sober. He does not drink or do anything at all.
Got
And-
my mixed NOS drink. Got
And I
some
have
blackberry
my
grapefruit.
whiskey from Tin Cup on the rocks because I'm feeling a little bit good about myself today. All right, so I will be inebriated during this podcast, and we're reviewing Death of a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco.
Great album.
It is a very great album. Like I said, it's probably our favorites.
Yeah. So to prep for this, we listened to the album a few times
I
throughout the
listen
day.
to it all day. It's literally the only thing I listen to.
I listened to it 7 times through.
I don't know how many times I listened to it because I had it on my computer at work, and I would just come on. I'd walk away from my desk and come back, and it would be like Too Weird to Live, Too Weird to Die
So
would come up next.
I feel like let's start off just by talking by each track in order a little bit.
Okay, you want to go there?
Well,
I was saying let's give some overview of the album. It's still my phone still wants to play the album. God damn it! Now my phone's
okay, yeah,
acting up.
let's give some overview of like the overall album, each track, then we can talk about the good, the bad.
And the ugly.
Yep.
It's a track from the album.
And then
So-
like things that we think should change about the album and things that we think are perfect about the albums.
So this is the 5th studio album of Panic at the Disco, led by the great, majestic, pansexual
Brendon Urie.
Brendon Urie.
This is also the first album that is solely Brendon.
Yes,
Because
because the drummer left.
of a
and-
cocaine addiction, and he went to rehab, and he's better now. He's having a great life with his wife. Him and Brendon are still close.
And this is the first album since Dallin Weeks left.
Yes.
And
Wait,
he formed...
No. Dallin was in the band. He was not a contributing writer, though.
Yes,
this was his
he was
first.
a touring member.
This was his first time.
He was
only
downgraded.
touring.
He was
Yeah.
downgraded to touring member. And he formed a band that I think we should probably listen to an album for called I Don't Know How, But They Found Me.
I feel like we should wait for an album because right now they only have the EP.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, how many are on the EP, though?
5.
I think we could do that. We'll see about that. We both like the band.
Yeah,
Um,
it could be like a slider episode, you know, just a nice
Yeah.
little snippet.
Their first number one album.
Really?
Yes, it was their first number one album.
I'm kind of surprised.
They
that
went
Fever
double
canceled out.
platinum. Well, this one, yeah, it was number one. It also debuted at number one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nominated for Best Rock Album at the Grammys and the
And
U.S.
lost.
Billboard Awards. It did.
To
But
Cage the Elephant.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
Oof.
Who at the time I could not give a shit about, and now I hate.
What do you hate them?
Just cannot stand their vibe or sound.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we're not
and-
reviewing them.
And like you, I do like a couple of their. I do like a few of their. I don't know if there's something that I would go out of my way to listen to, but
Yeah.
KG Elephant is all right. Man, it's just ain't no rest for the wicked. I fucked that up. Anyways,
Continue.
Like you said, this was the first album that Brendon did solo, pretty much, because all the actual band members are no longer in the band; they're all touring members. And he did write on all of the songs with other people, but he was on every single song as a writer.
From what I collected from interviews with a lot of the studio heads and the producers and stuff talking about the album, he came in basically with the bare bones of every song, but then they added bits to it. I think it was Golden Days, he only had a chorus, and then him and a team built around it. So Brendon did go in to the studio with every song,
the structure,
but he
of
had
the song.
help making it into like cohesive, perfect products.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're a professional musician, there's a lot of people helping you.
Yeah.
Yes, you are the creative dynamic behind it, but you're also getting, if you're a good creator, you're getting help from other people.
Yeah. But like then that leads to the problem of where people think that like songs are kind of like too perfect and kind of like lose that essence. Because like I feel like a lot of the charm
there are songs that can be overproduced.
Well, I feel like the charm of like the first two albums where a lot of Panic fans sit, like those are Panic's best work, is that it like was kind of immature, so they latch on to the imperfections as kind of uniqueness. Because there were imperfections early on. They were young. They were like 16 to 18 years old. So it's like...
They were that young when they started?
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Jesus,
and here we are sitting in our fucking spare room talking about music.
When we were sitting in your bedroom listening to it on YouTube.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So, very short album at 36 minutes long. 36 minutes and 6 seconds. I feel like that's pretty short. I feel like
that's fair. I feel like 10 songs averaging about 4 minutes.
I've
or
3 minutes.
3.5.
3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Roughly. I feel like it's a short one. I feel like most of the albums I listen to are closer to 45 minutes.
Okay.
So, and that's probably because I get more 3-4 minute long songs in my kind of music.
My albums I listen to range anywhere from like 16 minutes to like an hour. Dude, punk albums go quick.
Yeah, speaking of underproduced shit, punk music.
Dude, I fucking love it. And if you add any layer of production to punk music, they're like, oh, it's pop punk. And it's like, but it's like punk. It's more punk style. It's pop punk now, bitch.
Yeah. I went through like most of the major like reviews, like Rolling Stone, Metacritic.
A lot of 60s.
A lot of average to below average reviews of this one, which is weird, seeing how it's honestly the one that propelled Panic at the Disco, which is really just Brendon Urie at this point.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
I think the album critically would have done better if it was released by Brendon Urie instead of released by Panic at the Disco, because everyone is looking at it through the lens of, we have these 4 albums before it, this is a piece of that 5 collection now, where it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the band.
It doesn't fit in with the rest of the band. It doesn't even fit in with the previous album.
Yeah.
Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die.
And so I think if it was released as Brendon, the critics would have liked it more, but I could probably safely say 1 in every 5 people, probably even more than that, who listen to Panic at the Disco don't know the name Brendon Urie. They just listen to Panic in passing.
Yeah.
Like they just enjoy High Hopes.
Like it's played by college marching bands at football games, like High Hopes is.
Yeah, so
which is off of the new album.
But I feel like
what's the new album called?
Pray for the Wicked.
Pray for the Wicked on the weekend.
So I feel like a lot of people don't know Brendon, so they kept it as Panic to keep up the commercial success of the album, which is honestly all that matters. If you want to make good music, I don't think you should listen to critics.
And look how big Hayley Williams is. She is Paramore.
Yeah,
she's in the same way. The other members of the band.
Her and Brendon are like synonymous with each other. Like they're
without Hayley Williams, there is no Paramore. You know,
and without Brendon, there's no Panic.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
hey man, how's your day? Same Panic, different disco.
That's a good one. I'm gonna use that.
Thank you.
Um, but Hayley Williams, her new album came out, and there's some good songs on there, but it's not doing critically as well as if she had released it under Paramore, which she could have.
You mean commercially?
Commercially, yeah.
Yeah.
Or critically.
No. Like the critics love that album.
Oh, really?
It got really good reception.
No. But yeah, what you were saying is like
yeah.
it's not doing well commercially.
And
because people are like, who's Hayley Williams? We all know who Hayley Williams is, but you fucking imbeciles out there who don't.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love Hayley Williams.
Yeah, I know. She's your type.
Probably one of my favorite bands that is in a completely different direction. They tried too hard to please critics to where they suffered and lost a lot of their fans. A band called The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh.
Literally the peak of metalcore in like the 2008 to 2010 era. They were like, if one band is going to be the most famous, it's going to be them. But then, like, critics called them, like, garbage metal. They're not, like, real music. They're not real metal artists. So they embraced, like, that instead of their commercial success and kept making themselves more raw and real sounding. So now the critics are happy with them, but now they're kind of, like, not commercial failures, but they're definitely nowhere near number one, like, metalcore band.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting, like, 1/10 of the listeners of Bring Me the Horizon. And so, like... yeah, the critics are now giving them 90s and stuff, but it's like, at what cost? Now you have, like, way fewer fans than ever.
Yeah.
So
it didn't get, I say it got average reviews. It got like a C at best, but a lot of 60s.
A lot of 60s, but also like a lot of like 80s to 100s. It balanced.
I didn't see enough to balance it. It felt more like it was 60s. Just the list that I saw.
Yeah.
There were a few 4 out of 5s and Bs. Yeah. But I did see a lot of 60s, like 2.5s.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk to you.
So overall, it's safe to say with our introduction, we love the album. We both think it's really good. It's fun. That's the thing that, like, I feel like a lot of people were caught off guard. The first one was like fun emo theater kid kind of vibe. Then the second one was like kind of like a bright and cheery, like not so much a contrast, but definitely like the same emo theater kid, but like kind of growing up and they turn into like an Ashland flower child kind of person. And then Ryan Ross leaves the band, and the bassist, who
I thought this was a review of the album, not of Panic at the Disco.
No, so I'm getting to that. Then Vices and Virtues, they kind of like went back to like the rock roots. Then they did the Vegas style, because I feel like Brendon was just like, hey, we don't need to keep being that Panic at the Disco. We can be us, a group of guys who grew up in Vegas. So then Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die was like the Vegas sound. And then this was power pop fun album.
It definitely was.
And a lot of people just weren't excited for that. They were not wanting...
I think that a Panic fan wasn't for it.
Yeah. And
I don't know if it was pop enough to break through into the normal market.
Yeah.
To get that average pop fan. Because this isn't Panic at the Disco is never a radio band.
Yeah, until High Hopes, no.
Until High Hopes.
Well, I Write Sins Not Tragedies was on the radio, but that was in the heyday of pop punk, where Fall Out Boy, Paramore, and all of them
they were on
the
alternative stations. They weren't on pop stations.
Oh, dude, I think I heard them on Z100. I think that's the first place I ever heard them. Portland's radio pop station.
Wait, Panic or Fall Out Boy?
Panic. That is the first time
Fall
I
ever
Boy heard 9 in the Afternoon. Was on Z100.
9 in the Afternoon was on the radio? Wake up, get out of bed.
Nope.
Drag a comb across my head. No, that's A Day in the Life by the Beatles. You'll listen to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band one day.
I really don't want to. Because I don't want to talk about the Beatles.
I think the Beatles is one we won't touch because who cares?
Yeah, and people are too...
I care. I love the Beatles, but I just don't want to have that conversation with you.
You could praise the Beatles in all the right ways, and people would just be like, you don't understand the music. You could have listened to nothing but the Beatles your whole life, and elitists would respond to it. It's just like, you just don't understand why this album's great, okay? You may think you know why you like it, but that's not why you like it. And you're just sitting there like...
Yeah, I've read several Beatles biographies.
Yeah,
I've
they
read
don't
one
give a
about the
shit.
Beatles, and I think I've read two different John
Dude,
Lennon bios.
one of them bought a used condom that fucking Paul McCartney used
Wait,
back in
what do you mean
1986.
one of them?
One of the fanatics.
Oh, one of the fanatics.
Yeah, and he like smelled the essence of Paul McCartney, and
I
he
could,
understands how the music works.
but I could jizz into a condom and call it Paul McCartney. But look, it's Paul McCartney's jizz.
Oh, I thought you meant you'd call the condom Paul McCartney. Like, yeah, take that, Paul.
I mean, he is the pretty one, but yeah, I
Um.
know way too much about the Beatles.
Anyway,
Anyway, so back to the album. I feel like we have
Yeah.
not talked about the album at
Yeah.
all. Let's go through it track by track. Do you have the track list?
I mean, I haven't memorized. I
Taryn loves
This-
Panic at the Disco. He looks like a Brendon Urie knockoff.
this past year,
Take your hat off.
2019. God, my hair's not done.
He wants to be
terrible.
Brendon Urie.
So
But the nose.
so um
Oh, I'm such a pussy when it comes to weight.
but yeah, so 2019 was the first year Panic at the Disco wasn't my number one listened to band.
Wait,
Uh,
what year?
2019. 2015,
Oh, you're down
2016,
here.
2017, 2018 was all number one Panic at the Disco. And every year but 2015, my top 5 songs were all from the Death of a Bachelor album. Even the year Pray for the Wicked came out, my number one song was still Emperor's New Clothes.
Do you know why I got this beer?
Where'd you get the beer?
I got this beer because it says Crikey.
I thought you said where.
Do you know why I got this beer? It's Crikey IPA from Reuben's Brews. Fuck off. All right.
All right, so Victorious. The
Is that what it leads off with, Victorious? Okay, that is definitely a pop song that I liked when I first heard it, and I'm kind of
It's-
tired of it.
It's the Beyonce power pop fun get everyone hyped song.
It is, and that is one that I've heard college marching bands play at college football
Yeah.
games,
Um,
and I've heard played at professional. Like that is your new Seven Nation Army
yeah,
kind of a song.
yeah.
It's
It-
a
It's bright,
fun-
loud, gets everyone excited.
We all know Brendon Urie gets you excited.
And it's definitely like sits in a higher place in his vocal registry, so it's really bright. Like he usually, sings way down here. It's the dark crooning kind of
Yeah,
like
the crooning. I love crooning.
this one is full on just like way up like in his head voice where he's just really like got those high notes down and there's no dark moments really in the song. So I do like it as the opening song, but I think it would have a better place like somewhere else in the album. So I have a reorganized list of the album that I want to go over at some point.
Like what you would put it in
Or
for
yeah.
for better like listening to,
Yeah,
or
for-
order of preference.
order that I think it should be listened to.
That's okay. That's weird, but we'll address that. Your weird fixation on that later.
So
So-
it's definitely him looking at
now that you mention it, I actually do feel like the order of the album is off, and that's
It feels
something
like a
about the
mixtape.
album.
it feels like a mixtape.
Because you got the fun, like, oh, this is the fun stuff, and then towards the end you got the slow, impossible, yeah.
Well, I'm okay with throwing Impossible Year at the end because they've always thrown a slow song at the end of the album.
Yeah, and that's just cliche, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, A Day in the Life is the very last song on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and I just like that should have started. Well, no, that album is perfect. So, fuck off. Fuck yourself sideways.
So it's definitely like it draws on a lot of Beyonce, Queen, like that like stadium hype.
Yeah, stadium pop.
Yeah. And I personally really like the song. It's on one of my workout playlists. Like it gets you excited.
It does get you excited, but
But-
honestly the tonight we are victory. That part gets on my nerves.
Oh, the like backing vocals, the like choir vocals kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of sassy, and I don't like it.
But
And I like sassy.
the beat I love so much. That like watching him play it live, and he's like jumping and dancing around the music. It's fun.
He is the Freddie Mercury of our generation. I mean,
and people hate it so much. People hate that he is.
But
because they can't
every
admit
generation has one.
Yeah.
Who else would it be? Fucking Adam Levine, which God damn it, you're so sexy.
I feel like one of the reasons I see him as the Freddie Mercury of our generation is he, like Freddie, he's the only one that has that stage presence and the voice. Because he's got a killer voice, like Freddie Mercury, not the same style as Freddie, but like they have like that like.
No, Freddie was definitely, I'd say, the better singer.
I would say Brendon's technically better, but Freddie's more interesting to listen to. Because Brendon is more like, I'm going to sing it perfectly, where Freddie had like a lot of flair.
Well, and Freddie also had something that nobody else had.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely, those extra teeth made him able to hit notes. And I like Brent, like, if you gave me a choice, I would pick Brendon. I like the crooning, like Michael Bublé and Frank Sinatra.
I hate Michael Bublé.
But he's got that voice. I don't listen to him.
Yeah.
But he's got that voice. And I think that if Elvis had taken a different route, he'd be a crooner as well.
Oh, yeah.
If there's a song called Fever that Elvis did. I don't know if it's cover or what. Most of his songs were covers. But, which, I don't know if you know that. Most of Elvis's songs, most of his hits were covers.
I think I've listened to 2 Elvis songs, maybe.
I think I should make you listen to Elvis.
Probably.
But actually, no, I think I should, because my music starts I'd say the beginning. It's not the beginning of music. Obviously,
you like
Beethoven.
the Gregorian chanting stuff?
No. Like how this podcast should go is I need to take you back step by step.
And then I'll just...
Whoa, that was weird.
The Gregorian throat singing.
Yeah, that you could do that.
Yeah.
So, I'll have to take you step by step back to slowly wean you into Elvis.
And then I'll just push you through 80s punk music.
Yeah, you need to push me. I need to push you back. You need to push me forward.
I'll start you in the 80s and work you up to like modern punk.
Exactly. But I think Elvis would have been a crooner. There's a song Fever that he does. He does that sort of crooning, which is what Brendon does so well.
I'm gonna get you into slam metal.
I want to get into Slavic metal. That's the greatest thing ever,
dude. That
Slavic squats.
Dude, that video was done by a YouTuber I watched, Nick Nocturnal.
Which video? The Slavic metal?
Yeah, the Slavic metal.
Is Slavic metal an actual thing?
No.
It's not?
Like there's Russian metal bands, but they definitely don't like call themselves Slavs or Slavs.
Oh God,
Slavs.
no, they just call themselves machine metal.
The machine.
The machine.
All right.
Can we please have Bert on the podcast?
I don't want Bert.
Would you go on his podcast?
Yeah.
So wait,
dude,
he can go. He can go on
Hear
his
me
podcast,
out.
but he can't go on his.
Hear me out. Hear me out. So
Bert Kreischer.
Say this was successful. Based on him and Bill, like if he came on the podcast and had a good time, and it was like went and did the Bill Burt podcast, and it was like, oh yeah, Bill, you know that one music podcast, like that music review podcast? Yeah, I went on, and like, yeah, so like I'm at their house and they're like right across the street from this, and he starts like pinpointing everywhere about where our house is. Some people know where it's at. Like I just don't want to. If we were ever famous enough to have Bill or Bert on our podcast, Bert would just like spill the beans about our life.
Who cares? I feel like if we're at that point in our lives, we can just fucking coast.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that because I would just move.
Dude, like the amount of like allegations Taryn gets in the mail every day from lawyers, and he just throws them in the trash. It's fucking crazy. Okay, so
anyways, back to Death of a Bachelor.
I feel like
we need to go track by track.
Yeah,
we need to speed this up.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time so we went to Victorious.
Victorious, then don't threaten me with a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Second, it is a very good song.
It's what
that's the Rock Lobster song, right?
Yeah, the B-52s.
The B-52s.
Yeah,
which are a very weird band.
Oh yeah, they're weird, but he took like that iconic riff and made it like pop rock. Like it was definitely like it's a weird place in music where the B-52s sit, and he kind of like repurposed it. So yeah, it's basically a direct ripoff, but
Well, he sampled it.
Yeah, he sampled it.
He sampled it like Vanilla Ice should have.
Like, I'm not saying it's bad.
Can
like,
you imagine having Vanilla Ice here?
I don't even know what he looks like.
He's white. That's why he's vanilla. Like, I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Did you think he was black?
I think I've only heard the one song.
Baby. To bring him back to Queen.
Do you know what I love is you just complain that we're spending too much time sidetracking and not talking about the tracks, and then you immediately are like, dude, did you know Vanilla Ice is white?
Did you know Vanilla Ice is white? I think everybody did by Vanilla Ice.
Dude, I've just never given a shit.
Why was there never a rapper called Chocolate Ice?
Because that is disgusting.
So is Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. I never said the guy was good.
I don't know. He fucking stole Queen's song. It was pretty good.
Okay, don't threaten me with a good time.
I mean, it was a very good song. Very good music video, too. And this one got shit on by Consequence of Sound, which I've never heard you guys write a good thing about anything that I like. So you can go fuck yourself. That's my catchphrase.
You can go fuck yourself.
You can go fuck yourself. So they wrote a thing saying that basically they sampled the Rock Lobster and made it worse. And I'm like, you can't make that song any fucking worse. It's funny. It's a funny song. It's a Bo Burnham type song. It's not an actual music thing. It's comedy.
And also,
there's no way that band could take themselves fucking seriously.
I hate the sound of the vocals. Like,
Rock Lobster.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Death of a Bachelor. Very good song, very good music video. Consequences sound shit on it. Basically saying that they were like they took Rock Lobster and made it like mediocre. And I mean, it was a mediocre song before that, but they just shit on it. And I'm like, no, it's a very good story. It's just a fun story.
Yeah.
That the story tells.
Sure, the lyrics are kind of like, in a way, like kind of just like lazy, kind of like almost rapper kind of lyrics.
Yeah, let's just get it out of the way.
Champagne, coke, and gasoline, and most things. Like, that's not really good lyrics, but it flows.
I just woke up in my underwear.
It flows really well, and I feel like that's what Brendon was going for. Was just something that like kept your attention perfectly for 3.5 minutes.
So you understand music better than I do. And we both play instruments. There's a drum set behind the camera that Taryn is a very good drummer on. And there's my guitar from when I was fucking 5 and I didn't learn how to play until I was 15. I play guitar.
I would love
let's just get it out of the way that the music is and lyrics are basic.
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly basic. They're nothing complex. They're not A Day in the Life by the Beatles. That's a very complex song if you have not listened to it.
Dude, I think
it's literally 2 songs in one.
I think I've listened to a Beatles song and I didn't like it, so I just moved on with my life.
Mm. And that's the other thing, too, that I like about us, is that we have very different music tastes, but we both respect
music. I know a lot about the history of the Beatles, even though I don't listen to their music, because I like what they did for music.
Which is why this music podcast is so good and you should listen to us.
But yeah, it's a very intrinsically easy album to make, where it's carried by his voice. I'm sure they're out there, the instrumental tracks. Every song but Victorious, Emperor's New Clothes, and what was the other one? I can't remember. When we get to it, I'll say it. They're all super easy instrumentally, and they're just carried by the voice. Those songs are the only ones that are like interesting to listen to, like the actual music of the song, where there's like cool stuff going on. Emperor's New Clothes, yeah, mostly just kind of effects that are kind of fun to listen to, like that drive the song. But musically, if you picked up a guitar for the first time and you wanted to learn that album, you could probably learn it in a month if you were new to guitar. And
learn the whole album.
Yeah, you could
play it from start to finish.
You wouldn't be able to play a perfect run through, but you'd be able to play every part of the album, I think. It's super easy.
Yeah, no, it's not groundbreaking.
Yeah.
But it's fun to listen to.
But the vocals
are what makes it.
Yeah.
It's like Frank Sinatra. He wasn't doing anything new, but it sounded so fucking good. I mean, he should Brendon Urie. That's pretty much what this whole episode is going to be about. Is just how good at singing he is.
Yeah.
And then when we get to I don't know how, but they found me, we'll just be like, this bassist is so good.
But
And the drums are pretty good.
But no, I just love like how well he transitions from like the like super chesty kind of vocal, like the
To the high pitch.
Yeah.
He can do that crooning thing that we went on for so long about. And then he can
and then
do
the
that.
Freddie Mercury just like bright like standing at the front of a stage like at the Super Bowl kind of like sound.
And he doesn't. He's not the Freddie Mercury of our generation just because he can sing so well. It's because he's a front man.
He's a showman.
He was the Freddie Mercury at Live Aid. He's like that at every concert.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in concert. You have
5 times now.
5 times. Did you see them on the Death of a Bachelor tour?
Yes.
And
so I saw them for the Vices and Virtues tour, but it was called, I forget the name of the tour, but it was kind of like just like a play on words of Vices and Virtues where they like called it something similar.
Pisces and
No.
Choose.
I saw them on the tour the year after they did Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. I saw them on the Death of the Bachelor tour. I saw them on the All My Friends Are Glorious tour, and on the Pray for the Wicked tour.
Yeah.
You haven't seen them live once.
I have not seen them live, and if they put out a good album, I'll go see them live. But it's 2020. We're not going to survive this fucking year. So,
This is true.
Goodbye.
I think any venue is going to burn down in Oregon.
Yeah, so we're in Oregon, and I would like to say, like, the fucking fires here are really bad. And anybody who is able to help out, please help out. No, I'm not kidding, because at my work, there are several people who have had to evacuate their houses because they live over in the Malala area.
One of my coworkers, I'm not going to say where I work, he is at the hotel next door now to our place because he had to evacuate.
What about the hotel motel Holiday Inn?
What?
It's another song. The hotel motel Holiday Inn. I don't know what song that is, so if you can please tell us. Nobody's gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
This is just for the people who go back and like, did you hear when they said this one thing? We're gonna have fucking fans.
One day.
No, we won't.
Yeah, probably not.
Nobody likes this. Not even our moms.
So, track 3, we almost didn't talk about Don't Threaten Me With a Good Time at all.
Don't Threaten Me With a Good Don't Threaten Me With a Good Time.
It's my third favorite song.
Is a basic song, and it's a good song. It's a fun song. The video is very good.
Yeah.
The video
It was funny.
Is the best video of the the album.
Emperors.
I think that is not. I wouldn't count that as part of the album because that, like the music videos, because it attaches to other songs.
True.
So
but he wasn't even sure yet that he was gonna do the trilogy. He was during an Ask Me Anything. They asked, "Hey, are you gonna do anything else with the This Is Gospel, Emperor's New Clothes music videos? Like, are you gonna do a continuation of that?" He said, "I don't know, maybe a prequel." Like, he didn't actually have like a plan going into that.
Well, what he did fit so well.
Yeah.
So.
So next song, Hallelujah.
I don't like this song because I don't like how religious it is.
It definitely got that religious. Like, like it's got like the choir like clapping in the background kind of vibe.
I think it's a very well done song. It's just not for me.
It would be best on Vices and Virtues. Right.
I don't think so.
Right after Bow to Mona Lisa.
Okay. I forgot what album you were thinking of.
Yeah.
Or I was thinking of. I'm very drunk.
But like, it's just like it's a mellow rock song, and it doesn't fit the rest of the vibe.
I don't think it's a rock song. I definitely think this is as pop as it fucking gets.
It's.
I don't like how religious and preachy it sounds. Is he atheist or what is he?
Yeah, he's atheist.
So then why the fuck did he have this song?
He grew up Mormon.
I forget about that. He is such a fucking Mormon choir boy too.
It's.
Oh God, he's such a little twink.
It's basically him. Like.
Can't say that.
I'm a twink. It's okay.
I know, because you want to be Brendon Urie. Can you imagine Brendon Urie? Is he like 5'4"?
Oh yeah, dude. No, he's like 5'6", but he's little. He's so cute.
You're like a tall Brendon Urie.
Yeah, I'm an adult height.
Would you
Brendon Urie.
shave if Brendon Urie came on?
Shave my face? Yeah,
Yeah.
I would. I would wear the gold jacket.
And he would be in like a t-shirt, and he'd be like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Oh yeah, he'd be dressed like this, and I would be like dressed like him, and it'd be.
Taryn typically dresses incredibly nice. I feel like we have to, because I feel like we might get like split viewers, so we have to kind of explain
Yeah.
stuff. But
He's a man, and I'm the son that is referred to as the other son.
wait,
And
I'm the man.
Yeah,
I'm the Ron Swanson, and you're the Aziz Ansari.
No, like if we were brothers, like you're the one that like dad would always bring up, like, oh yeah, my kid's doing this now, you know. Oh, he's working on his motorcycle, you know. What about your other son? Oh yeah, the other one. I don't know. He's fucking floating around like some sort of fucking fairy.
Oh God. So Hallelujah. It's a religiously song, and I don't care for it.
Well, it's basically him mocking his religion as a
it doesn't
child.
feel like that though.
I mean, we can.
Okay, now that you say that, now that I think about it, all you stand up sing Hallelujah. It is kind of like very like pretentious. Like you think I'm above. Like I think I'm above you, but I'm actually not because I don't believe in all this bullshit.
Kinda.
I don't know. I just made that up because I'm pretty drunk right now, and I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, and they can go fuck themselves because Jesus and Michael aren't the same person, even though I thought they fucking were because you fucking idiots.
I'm sorry I ruined that for you.
Yeah, I went. How old was I? 23, 24? When I found out that Jesus and Michael, the archangel, are not the same person. I was like, Supernatural really has their mythology off. And then...
Well, no, because they never brought up Jesus, and I pointed that out. And then
they say Jesus a lot. And balls.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, they never brought up the character Jesus.
Yeah, he was never a character because he wasn't fucking Michael.
Yeah, and I pointed that out, and you're like, yeah, him and, like, Lucifer were going to fight. At the season 5 finale, that was him, right? And I said, no, that's Michael. And then I had to explain to you the Christian.
Then I asked my fucking my dad and my stepmom, who were the Jehovah's Witnesses when I was a kid, and are not anymore, thank God, because it's a cult. And they're like, oh yeah, no, it's only Jehovah's Witnesses who believe that in Christianity. And I'm like, well, we can go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, that's
my catchphrase. I'm trying to make that catch on. It's only episode 1.
You know, it really is going to catch on more the more you say it's your catchphrase and you want it to catch on.
Yeah, it's like a person who gives themselves their own nickname.
It's like people who call themselves woke.
Like, I'm Boner Champ.
Dude, BoJack Horseman season 2, the kid who always calls himself Pete Repeat. He's like, they call me Pete Repeat because I say everything twice. Everything? Yeah, it's kind of my thing. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say that twice. Did I say it twice? I think I said it twice. Pete Repeat.
Wow.
And it's just like, what the fuck?
BoJack Horseman was a pretty good show.
Oh, dude, we
can do review episodes for everything. This should be called Surprisingly Reviews.
Okay, so Hallelujah. It's
a very preachy song. I'm sure it has a deep meaning for Brendon, but it doesn't do anything for me. Vibe-wise, I dig it. It's a very good, well put together song, but I don't feel it. I feel like it's one of those songs where it's like it's him letting out all his religious shit,
fanning out his dirty laundry,
and then it's taken the wrong way. I think it's a very preachy song, and I skip it. I skip this one.
I skip it.
Yeah. Okay, next song. How do you memorize this?
Emperor's New Clothes.
Emperor's New Clothes is the second best song on this album.
I know what your number 1 is.
I know you know what it is.
You know what my number 2 is, you know? We're best buds
We're
like
best
that.
buds.
And we could talk about why I think that we have them switched. It's the most cinematic sounding song. That is for sure.
Oh, definitely. The video for it is
cinematic.
It's very cinematic. And you have to listen to, what are the first 2?
It goes Saturday night, This Is Gospel, then Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah, so Saturday Night, and then so Saturday Night is the prequel.
Yeah, it's the one where he's going around his house.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the girl kills
and
him.
he's fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is a very good song too. I don't know if
very fun video.
That is the most fun Panic video.
So fun fact, you know how my room is stylized? If you watch the video,
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
You told me he bought literally the nightstand and the vanity and whatever that was in the video.
Yeah.
That they literally just bought because it's the cheapest one that they could. I mean, I know it wasn't very cheap, but I mean for the studio, for the record company.
Oh no. In the music video, that's West Elm set, and it was easily like $8,000 for the vanity setup.
You just got a knockoff version of it?
Mine's mostly custom, where like I had to like buy a bunch of stuff to be made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I had to special order some things from other companies.
Yeah. So it's Emperor's New Clothes. I don't really know what the song is. I mean, Emperor's New Clothes is about that whole that
But it's him.
that old story. I can't remember what the fucking story is.
If I remember, I could be wrong. Because I don't know too much about the story. It's basically saying like we made you the finest silk clothes that they're like see-through.
They're
He's
see-through.
just walking
and the
around
king
naked.
believes it because he wants to be so cool.
Yeah, so he's basically just walking around naked and they're making fun of him. Brendon's embracing his nakedness, basically. Like, I'm all dressed up and naked. And it's just
up and naked.
And it's like him being like, I'm the fucking king. You can try and make fun of me, but I'm having fucking fun. Like, you know, fuck you. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, he's embracing the nakedness. He's like
you can try and laugh at me, but I'm having the best time of my life right now.
And it's like I think that's millennial humor on fucking point. We talk about killing ourselves and all this fucking shit all the goddamn time because it's just like you can't tell me to go kill myself because I already fucking want to. And that's how we make it through 3 financial crises, a dozen fucking disasters, a pandemic, wildfires that are burning half the United States.
Two.
Yeah, well, fuck Ebola. It never made it.
No.
It
I'm talking fucking swine flu, man.
I don't even remember like swine flu
It hit
very
the
well.
high school. We had like 8 people at our school that got it. Like people were freaking out, thinking we're all gonna die.
I don't remember that.
I didn't die. Matt Olson. Matt was one of the people who got
Leave
it.
that out. Remember to go back and change that out.
I'm not going to. What a generic name.
It is a very basic name, Matt.
And
You should
also,
change your
like,
fucking
we
name.
don't live that close to where we grew up anymore, so it's not like they're gonna like, oh, I found out.
I'm sorry, but if you could make it back to where you grew up in a day, you live pretty close.
Oh, well, no, I mean just
We
like,
literally just went there the other day to get your shit.
oh yeah,
To get your fucking
that was like a couple weeks
drums.
ago. Was it?
Yeah, the other day.
Yeah, the
This
other
whole
day.
year sucks.
Yeah.
It's all been one giant day.
Emperor's New Clothes. It is, in my opinion,
The most fun song on there.
yeah, it's the most fun, but it's also the most produced in a way
Oh,
where
definitely.
where the vocals, if you listen really closely,
They're layered.
it's like 8 layers for the chorus. The take it back the crown. Like you physically cannot sing the way he's singing on that because there's like 4
He's
different
got everything from the deep to the high.
and like the rasp and the super open and clean.
Exactly.
Like, you can sing similar to it, but it's impossible to sing, which I feel like a lot of people listen to it and put Brendon in too high regard in a way of his vocal capability.
It is definitely overproduced.
Yeah, because it's made in a way that literally no one can sing, not even Brendon Urie. He can
Because I
sing it
have heard live
convincingly.
versions,
Yeah,
and it doesn't sound the same.
yeah, because it can't.
He
It's-
can't do it.
It's like a movie. It'd be like him playing it live is doing a play of a movie. Like if they did Avengers live, it doesn't matter how much money they spent.
Like, that
on
doesn't look like Thanos. That looks like Josh Brolin.
Yeah, if they did a play of fucking Infinity War and Endgame, they could spend $1 billion and it wouldn't look as good
Oh, yeah.
as the movies. Like it would just hail in comparison just because it was so much computer, not so much live performance. But it's
Brendon
that's
did
what
all
makes
those
it-
sounds, but
that's
not
what
all
makes
at
it
once.
interesting because it's the only song on the album like that while still fitting an overall vibe of the album. So it's not a bad thing that it's super produced. It's just a way for him to embrace something different while still being the Death of a Bachelor album.
I just want you to know that
I love this song so much.
it is a good song, but I just want you to know that I turned down going to a bar with a girl to be here. So,
Why?
well, it was a girl from work. So first of all, I don't.
Is it?
No, it's not that girl. I think she has a boyfriend because as I was leaving today, so I got her. She got in the passenger side of
Dude,
a
that's
car.
why she's been so awkward.
No, this is another girl. Definitely a girl that I definitely would have fornications with.
Wait.
But I wouldn't date.
Short one? Who asked
No,
you? Who asked
no,
you?
this is a different girl.
Dude, I swear, like, you went from working with no girls to now there's like 30.
No, that's literally how it was. There was two girls who worked at the.
Madge! Hey, I'm going outside for a
no,
break.
one-
Let me have
one-
a smoke.
One was exactly that lady.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
what
an
I'm
old
saying.
lady, and then there was another lady there who worked, and she was not very pretty at all in any way whatsoever. And then they
But because
both
she-
left, and then now we have 8 new girls at our motorcycle shop, and it actually has worked out pretty well. And it's yeah, there's some. I'd say I would put my penis inside most of them. You know, I keep thinking about my dad watching this, and I'm like, oh, got it. I'm sorry, Dad.
You know, that is the worst segue you've ever accomplished. Yeah, I just want to put my penis inside him. You know, it's making me think of my dad.
He might watch this.
like,
Likes the things that I
like
do.
while thinking about putting my penis inside of things, I was
I
thinking
don't
about
think
my
you, Dad,
father.
when I put my penis inside of things.
What about me?
I don't think about you either. Actually,
No,
I think
bet-
about.
I thought.
Actually, I'm
I
wrong.
meant you think about your dad while you put your penis inside me.
I think about your dad,
Okay,
Ed.
Ed.
I think about. Actually do think about you when I put my penis inside things because I'm just like, oh shit, is Taryn gonna hear this?
That's fair.
Because he used
I
to
don't
cross
think
the
about
hall.
that. I have no consideration.
I think about you a lot during sex, actually.
Do you think what would Taryn do right now?
Like, oh, Taryn, show me the way.
Give me a few more inches. Lend me your power.
Like He-Man.
Man, it goes up on the screen. I can just keep my eye on screen. It puts the timer up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they watched us hit 0 before.
Podcasting 101.
All right.
right.
So,
Oh,
Death of a Bachelor is next.
Death of a Bachelor. The death.
The
of a
song that should be played at every wedding.
Whoa! Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
It's that croon.
Yeah.
It's that good croon. That's that Frank Sinatra shit.
I feel like it's the first song that should play when everyone's dancing because I feel like it's too fun to be just the married couple
Death of a
dance.
Bachelor.
Like it's the one where like a few other people start getting up to dance, and I don't mean like the dancing that's like
It's not your first dance song.
yeah
It's the second dance song.
yeah.
That's the slow song that we transition into the electric slide. Woo! Thank you for the people who've gone back to watch this episode, because that's what this is basically.
This is us prepping people for the future.
There's no one watching.
Yeah, prepping future people for now. What?
I like to prep future for now.
It's a lot of people give it shit because they're like, oh, it's trying to be Sinatra, but it's not Sinatra. Yeah,
But it is trying to be Sinatra. Yeah. I'm sorry.
For the
like,
verses, the chorus is not Sinatra.
No, it's not. But Panic at the Disco, Brendon Urie is from Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grew up in fucking Vegas.
And who is quintessential to Vegas?
Frank Sinatra.
So you have that kind of style.
Yeah.
Where you have the there is a very like I'd say rock and roll side to Vegas, and Panic at the Disco brings that in a way, and then they bring that crooning of Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, Dean Martin, and all those, in the same way that a band from Liverpool brings the Beatles, you know, or a band from Santa Barbara brings the Beach Boys. Did you just fart?
No.
What the fuck was that?
I think I just like leaned forward and like the couch creaked a bit. Okay. I told you I'm not gonna fart on this. I will give myself a stomach ache before I fart on this.
We don't want to see that. So
I'll shit my
brains. But it's the same way, that a band from
Dayton, Ohio brings metalcore.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck is Ohio.
If you look at mid 2000s metalcore, it's all Ohio.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird.
Ohio is for lovers. Isn't that a thing?
Yes, it is. That's an emo song though. Or how like the East Coast brings a lot of emo, like American baseball, or no, it's American football, modern baseball. I think modern baseball's from the East Coast.
Portland brings a lot of folk music.
Dude, I know very little famous Portland bands.
Well, there's only one. Well, there's two. You have the Dandy Warhols from the 90s, which I like a few of their songs. They're pretty weird. They're pretty odd. That's a joke because they have a place, like a little studio called the Auditorium. So they have Auditorium and it's Auditorium.
Who's the other one?
It's not, I wouldn't call them a Portland band, but they're based out of Portland now. Portugal the Man. They're actually from Alaska. Sounds familiar. They're from Alaska.
I mean, like, there's bands that are popular, but I wouldn't call good. Like, Sleeping with Sirens calls themselves from Portland, even though they're from Medford.
You know the guy.
Yeah. So I worked at a Fred Meyer that was about 2 blocks away from Kellen Quinn's house, and he would
Sleeping with Sirens?
Yeah, Sleeping with Sirens, and him and his wife would shop all the time, and he started to recognize me, and because he would stop to chat with me while his wife shopped, eventually, like, because he would tour and stuff like that, he was not home a lot, and then eventually, like, his wife just knew me as well, so she would just, like, come and hang out with me at work. It was really cool. She's super sweet. Like, he's a nice guy, but I just don't like his music.
Really?
For tonight, if you want to, I just
Your music taste changed so much. I can't remember what you like and what you don't like.
Is it only power chords?
Okay, so Death of a Bachelor was the one we just talked about. A very good song. Watch the video.
The video is nothing. It's literally just him standing in an empty room in black and white singing.
Yes, you're right. It's
a very boring.
Video. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
I was thinking of the album.
Yeah.
You should watch the video of the album.
Yeah.
What's next?
God, you caught me off guard. Golden Days?
Okay, you need to verify this. Is it Golden Days or is it not Golden Days?
Oh no, it's Crazy Equals Genius.
And what does that bring us to?
The second best song on the album.
The first best Panic at the Disco song.
See, I think I know what you like.
Better than I Write Sins It Not Tragedies. And it's not because of the Beach Boys reference throughout the song.
I think the reason you like it, and this is because of jamming with you, it uses a lot of the tom drums. It's like got that like.
I do like tom drums.
Yeah, like it's got.
I don't like snares and I don't like cymbals, and the toms give it a deeper tone.
Yeah.
Because I don't like guitar with a lot of bass. That's why on all my amps I have the bass fucking turned almost all the way down.
So
because I like the brighter sound. I don't feel like it needs to be bass because there should be a bass guitar. And we'll go into another thing about that when we listen to the White Stripes and the Black Keys, even though they're 2-piece bands, because I think you need a fucking bass guitar. And my 2 favorite bands are the Black Keys and the White Stripes.
But what about Royal Blood, who's the opposite?
But he does the bass like a guitar.
Okay,
I don't know how, but they found me.
Yeah. What about Tessa Violet's song, the one where they're in the white room and there's all the girls dancing? What one's that?
I don't know which one that is because I've only just started listening to her. And she's
I only
so
like
hot.
I only
Please,
like the idea
please.
of you or something. Or I like, and then in parentheses, the idea of, and parentheses, you.
I like Crush so much.
It's dude, the bass riff in the beginning is so fucking dope.
Which song?
I only like.
Okay.
I like the idea.
Because I've only
of
listened to the like
Bored.
2 or 3 of her songs. Bored, Crush, and then Bad Ideas or something.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway,
Tessa Violet, you can come right here. Like you will come right here.
Like, dude, her and I had to have crossed paths at some point.
Yeah,
we had to have walked by each other.
Because she lived in Ashland, Oregon,
where I also lived
and worked.
Yeah,
and worked at a major grocery chain.
Yeah,
that she had to have come through at some point.
Yeah, like there's very few stores in the area that are like a major grocery chain kind of like store where
Trader
you
Joe's.
No, there wasn't a Trader Joe's. There's one in Medford, but But anyways, like, and then also she would go to Lithia Park, and I went to Lithia Park a lot. Like, we had to have, like, at least seen each other.
She had yellow hair, so you should remember her.
That's, for Ashland, there's a lot of yellow hair. She's just, I would have seen her because she was hot and had yellow hair. Not
She's
a,
also older than
not a
us.
fucking dumpster fire who eats Twinkies all day with yellow hair. What?
Who?
I don't know, I'm making fun of fat people.
Fat shaming.
So Crazy Equals Genius. It's
the best song. It is the best song. It's the best Panic at the Disco song ever.
So
I Write Sins Not Tragedies can take a shit.
dude, I won't even put I Write Sins Not Tragedies in the top 5.
But it is their. You go like Panic at the Disco. You're closing the goddamn door.
But I feel like it's High Hopes is their biggest
Now
song
it is.
Yeah.
If you ask a fucking Gen Zer, but if you go ask a millennial, like, do you know this band? And you're like, oh, they're the Closing the Goddamn Door band? I remember them. They're the Circus Church.
Yes. Anyway, the
I feel
reason
so bad
you
for
like
doing
it so goddamn much and won't shut the fuck up is because it takes the crooning low sound, but then makes it fast. Like, so it's got like that, like, upbeat, like,
Because crazy equals genius. Yeah. Okay, I see that. Yeah.
so it embraces your favorite aspects of Brendon Urie's vocal, the crooner sound, and then it embraces the more rock vibes that you like, the like kind of like get up and go kind of sound, like, let's do this shit. So I think that's why it's your favorite. I love it too. Obviously, I put it at number 2. Just the theatrics of Emperor's New Clothes entices me more.
For the number 2 song off the album.
Yeah. Honestly, it's probably my number 2 Panic song.
Crazy Equals Genius is?
Yeah.
What's number 1?
Emperor.
Really?
So did you forget this like 5 seconds ago?
This is the whole point of this podcast. Like, you're sober and I'm drunk. I don't think I'll remember this episode.
Like, I look at the fucking feed and I see myself jittering and I'm like, man, I need to stop drinking caffeine.
And I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. Where am I?
You're in our spare room, man.
Yeah, we're weird. Can you guys hear the HVAC?
We're not like the other girls.
We're not like the other girls. You can paint us
Yeah,
like
like,
French girls. Paint me like your French girl.
I like your fish.
I like your fish. Your fish is
Thank
so
you.
good. That is the best video on the internet.
It's so fucking funny.
It's so funny.
Um,
Look up some girl rating guys' Tinder bios fishes. It's so good.
you could just search "I like your fish." And
I
it
like.
comes up.
Is that what it comes up as?
Yeah, I think
Oh
so.
man, I'm so basic.
And-
David Dobrik.
Next, he's gonna make an appearance in every video. Apparently.
Yeah.
Do you watch him?
I haven't watched him in a while, which is so funny. Because apparently he's like gone off of YouTube and gone to like Instagram Reels or whatever now. Because that's what's all cool and hip. Because Vine isn't a thing anymore.
Do you know how much you talk about we need to bring it back to the album? Well, you're the one who sidetracks every time.
I know, I'm the drunk one. I'm the drunk one. That's the whole point of this podcast.
LA Devotee.
LA Devotee, a very good song. I would put it in my top 10, if not my top 5.
It's the most rock song on the album.
Yes.
It's the most like this plays on a rock radio station.
Just another LA devotee. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
But I feel like an important thing to talk about with that song is Sweaty Balls Under Desert Skies.
Yes, that's it. I wanted to bring up that's the most misheard. What is the actual lyrics?
Swimming pools.
Swimming pools under desert skies.
Yeah.
Because you're just another LA devotee. You live in LA. You're in
Yeah.
the desert.
Yeah.
But it sounds like sweaty balls. Sweaty
He
balls.
said when he does live shows,
He says sweaty balls.
if he sees a sign in the crowd that references it, then he'll say. Otherwise, he always just says swimming
He's
pools.
such a fucking sellout.
What
Such a fucking sellout. You get your ass fucking here, Brendon Urie.
Right here.
You do realize that if Brendon Urie sits here, you'll be sniffing the seat for a week after. And then Miranda Cosgrove will come in and you'll be sniffing it for 2 weeks after. And then Haley Williams will come in and you'll be sniffing it for a year
Years.
after.
years.
Like it smells like all of it mixed together.
It's my childhood, man. I don't know. I feel like Miranda Cosgrove being in that list is kind of weird because like I feel like there's something about like a celebrity being like a decent amount older than you than like Hayley Williams, where it's like it's kind of normal to have like a crush on her, and I can like look back in time at Paramore and still have a crush on her, where it's like Miranda Cosgrove, all of her work that I remember, she's like 14-ish, you know? So it's just like, it's just kind of weird. Like, yeah, she's older than me.
I had
and
a
I was
crush on you when I was 8, and now
I
you're
was
like...
crushing on her when I was like 12 and she was 14. I don't know what the actual age difference is.
Her Whitney Cummings podcast was actually incredibly good.
Yeah. She posted some pictures of her hanging out with Whitney recently. It's cute. They hang out.
Whitney Cummings, I want to be her best friend.
She's all right. I'd rather be Taylor Tomlinson's best friend.
Oh God, please
I
be our
would
best
rather
friend.
I would rather bottom Taylor Tomlinson.
I'd rather top you because I feel like that would give you more pleasure. But
No, I feel like she's the kind of girl who wants to get on top and hurt you.
no,
I
she's
would like
definitely
to- I
not.
would
She's
like to be
definitely a girl who
I want her to hurt me.
I don't want to hurt you.
LA Devotee, definitely a top half of the album.
Oh yeah, it's a very good song. I would
Yeah.
I would put it in, like I said,
But-
if not the top 10, my top 5. It'd be like 6, maybe 5.
But
Number Panic at the Disco song.
for the rest of the album, it takes a downturn.
It does. It honestly does because we have.
You can listen to the first half of the album, and I feel like this is where a lot of the negative criticism comes in.
Because Golden Days comes in next.
Yeah.
Right? Golden Days, it starts to slow down.
Yeah.
Golden Days.
One of his
which is a very
One of his best vocal performances.
yes, exactly. That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
One of his best vocal performances. Is very good. The story of the song doesn't make a whole lot of sense, which I don't know if that applies to a lot of other people. The story of a song, because
Yeah.
I like a lot of blues stuff, and a lot of blues stuff is like my baby left me,
Yeah.
kind of like it's a story.
Yeah.
Like now I want to fucking kill myself, and just a poor guy who sold my soul to the devil and shit like that. So I like a lot of that stuff, and the story doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't feel like stories matter to anybody else. Everybody's just like, like thank you
Is
next,
it catchy?
like break up with your boyfriend because I'm bored. Oh God, can you imagine her sitting here, like oh, because she has that stupid fucking Victorious voice, and I fucking hate her.
Wait.
I wish Pete Davidson was here.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
Who did that song that was break up with your boyfriend because I'm bored? It was Ariana Grande.
Dude, I've never listened to one of her songs.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea because she's shit, and Pete Davidson should sit here.
Pete Davidson's the best.
He is. He's really
Yeah.
tall. He'd be like way up here.
Yeah.
Why do we always make references to tall people?
They'd be...
Bo Burnham and Pete Davidson.
Dude, we would have to...
Could you imagine that podcast?
Dude, we would have to fucking redo the camera because they'd be like clipping the top of the screen.
They would be. Like,
It's fine because we're not even short. They'd probably be like...
yeah, we're both 5'11", 6 foot.
In terms of seated height, they'd probably only be like an inch taller than us because like a lot of it's in the legs.
Yeah. So, Golden Days. It's an alright song. It starts to slow down the album, and this is kind of this is a first half heavy album.
Yeah. He put all the bangers in the front of the album, and I think that's one of the biggest problems with the album.
Exactly, and that'll lead us into your other thing, but we'll talk about that later. So, Golden Days is a very good song vocally.
Yeah.
It's his best crooning song, I would say, on the album. Golden Days.
That's not really crooning though. That's just pure belting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I would give it
Like
belting.
I like the range in what he does with his voice because like he really brings it down into like a raspy kind of darkness for the bridge.
But then he can bring it. He brings
Yeah.
it back up and belts it in these golden days.
And it's one of the best songs when performed live because he can do
'Cause he
those
can actually
notes
do those.
so well that it's really impressive to hear him do it live. Like almost anyone can sound good on a recording with a good producer.
Mhm.
Like
Kanye West.
yeah. Yeah.
He is a producer.
Well, it just means he knows how to use the computer side of things.
Yeah, he was a producer for like
Oh.
Kid Cudi back in the day.
But yeah, then like we can just breeze through the next few songs. Good and Bad and Dirty. It's fun.
Good, the bad, and the dirty.
Like it starts off really well with the acapella, the
yeah,
the good and bad.
but it definitely gets into like a, I'm ready to listen to the first half of the album again.
Yeah. And then
It's it's such a well done song though. Like it's
good. It just doesn't bring much to the party.
It doesn't. It's the perfect way to put it. It doesn't bring much to the party.
Everything that you hear on that song, you already heard on the rest of the album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
like it
the perfect
just
way to
kind of
describe
like
it.
takes like, oh, this was pretty good about this song. This was pretty good about this song. Here's a new cake.
Okay, okay. This is the perfect way to describe this album. The first half of the song up until LA Devotee is the last one.
Everything's different.
Everything is different, and then it's just like we're going to condense this album into just like 3-4 songs. I think it is that are left, and we're gonna mix everything into it and just be like, this is the greatest hits of this album.
But not so much even the greatest hits. They're like, all right, let's do like kind of like chill songs as we close out the album, but just like it's influenced by the beginning of the album.
Yeah.
Like it was basically like 4 songs that you feel like they wrote the week before they finished the album.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
And then House of Memories, kind of like
House of Memories. Oh, it's a
it,
filler
track.
filler track. Definitely, it's a good song.
Yeah.
It's a good song, but filler.
But if it was played by somebody else, it'd be impressive. But because it's surrounded by a bunch of really good songs, it's kind of like, who gives a shit?
And that is the problem.
Yeah.
Is that this album is actually incredibly very good.
But I feel like he could have reached back into some of the B-sides that were released with at the same time as Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, and just repurposed one of those songs. All the Boys is an amazing song that never got an official studio release.
But that's the thing. I feel like these two albums had the exact opposite problems. Death of a Bachelor had a lot of good songs and then a few filler songs, and then Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die had a couple good songs, and then the rest were filler.
I would say it had 4 good songs.
Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die.
Yeah.
Miss Jackson.
This is
Boys,
Gospel.
Boys. This is Gospel.
Or
Boys, Girls, Boys. I don't know. I like boys.
Boy. Girls, boys.
Girls, Girls, Boys. That's
How many boys do you want in your 3-way?
I'm not gay.
And
I
then
swear.
Nicotine.
Nicotine.
That's 4.
What were the other ones on the song?
This is Gospel, Miss Jackson, Girls, Boys, Nicotine.
There were other songs on the album.
Oh yeah, there was fuck, I could just check now. There Vegas Lights.
Oh yeah, I like that song. That was all
I mean,
right.
it's okay, but I wouldn't call it like great.
But I think it's a better filler track.
Girl That You Love, Who Cares? Casual Affair, good song to have sex to. Fun fact. Far Too Young to Die, boring. Colorful, fun, but
I don't remember that song.
it's like really bright kind of sounding. It's kind of got a quickness to it.
But
that's fun.
I feel like these two had opposite problems.
Yeah.
Death of a Bachelor had too many good songs on, and Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die had good songs, but they were more filler.
Yeah.
They weren't like stand out.
And then Who Cares About Impossible Year? It's the closeout. Here's a sad song.
Impossible Year, which I hate it when bands close an album with a sad song.
Pray for the
It's
Wickeds.
so cliche.
Pray for the Wickeds was good, but
What was Pray for the Wickeds?
fuck, I'm spacing on it. Dying in L.A. Cause
Dying
in L.A.
That's a very good song.
Yeah.
I like the Dying in L.A.
Yeah, but then End of All Things, the song that closed out Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, is also kind of boring. Yeah, it's him saying he loves his wife. Like, that was like kind
Sarah?
of like, yeah,
How many fucking songs does she need to have?
all of them.
Sarah
Technically,
Smiles
Death of a
like
Bachelor is about her as
Sarah.
well, if you think about it.
Well, yeah.
And then
But Sarah Smiles is a very good song.
yeah,
It's a top
House-
5.
House of Memories is also, I think, about her, because it's a lot about how he's married and in love, but because he's a musician and like touring and stuff, he always feels alone even though he's married.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Even though she's a fucking groupie.
Oh yeah, she is. It's weird.
Can you imagine
dude,
Sarah Urie sitting here?
oh dude,
Every time we mention somebody famous, could you imagine?
can you imagine like Right here, guys. This could be Sarah.
That's gonna be the success of our podcast. It's just our chemistry that we were able to do that. Like, yeah, could you imagine? Because we have the best chemistry.
Which I feel like is our greatest weakness because
We're too comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
We don't explain our references.
yeah.
Like, who the fuck is that guy?
Um,
God damn it, you know who matters.
dude, everyone went to school with a Matt Olson.
Yeah.
We already said it. Who
Comment
cares?
the stupid things that Matt Olson did to you. He's gonna hate us. I'm still friends with him on Facebook.
Like, I don't know. I don't have any ill will toward him. He was just like another one, like the bro guys, you know?
Yeah, he never did anything bad.
Like,
Never did anything good.
Like Brody. I don't want to say. I'm saying
Brody is just a name of someone
Yeah.
who's a bro.
Yeah.
It's literally the
Brian
same.
B.
Oh, fuck that guy.
I don't know. I never had ill will toward him.
Fuck Benson W.
Oh God, yeah.
You know who got
Dude, what a high opinion of himself.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
we're doing the thing again where we talk about people thinking everyone gives a shit. They
Okay.
don't.
put it in order
But,
of
okay.
what Death of a Bachelor
But
is for
okay,
you.
everyone does know, like, I feel like Benson was the correct name for him. If you know a Benson, like, we're probably thinking of basically the same person.
Yeah, all Bensons are the same.
And Brody's. Dude,
do you-
basically what I'm collecting is fuck B names. Brian, Benson, Brody.
Wait, wasn't one of those the name of someone?
Brian Benson?
Yeah, that
No, I don't think so.
was his name.
Dude, why are you doing this to me?
That was
All
his
right.
I mean, that's a very basic
That-
name.
That's funny though. I
It
didn't
is.
notice that. Okay, so the way I think the
He literally was trying to make a point, and you said someone's name.
but I said if you didn't say that, they wouldn't know.
Yeah, if I don't say that who's Adolf Hitler, they fucking won't know that either because they're a bunch of
Dude,
fucking idiots.
Dude, we went to you didn't because you moved
We went to
away at
school
the
with an
time.
Adolf?
We went to school with an Adolfo.
Yeah, I
It was Adolf
remember
with
him.
an O. Oh, you do? Huh.
I went to. I was in PE class with him.
Okay,
He ran
so
a 4-minute mile.
what? Dude, we're thinking of different people. This guy wasn't in shape.
Oh, okay. This guy was a soccer star. Then I'm thinking we went to 2 people named Adolfo.
This is the order that I think the album should be in. So, Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time. Immediately just start off with a doon, 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 doon. Like, that is just like, you turn on the album for the first time, has your attention.
Okay, I agree with that. 'Cause
Yeah.
Victorious is the beginning, and
And there's a reason they open with that song.
because it's a single.
Well, yeah, that too.
Okay, second song.
And also, if you're wondering about the order of release, it was Hallelujah, Emperor's New Clothes, Victorious, Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time, album.
It wasn't. It wasn't. I have it written on here.
You have the order of single releases?
It was Hallelujah, Victorious, Emperor's New
Oh.
Clothes, Death of a Bachelor.
I thought Death of a Bachelor was released with the album as the music video.
It came out in December of 2015.
Okay, so then second, LA Devotee. Keep like that rock vibe going. Like you already are like doing it, so just kind of coast to LA Devotee. You got the rock music of Don't Threaten Me
Yeah.
with a Good Time going. Then bring it back to Golden Days. So you're like, okay, so we went. It starts pretty like, you know, like
and then it kind of slows down a little bit.
it starts very vocal heavy, then brings it down. Then Hallelujah, because like Golden Days kind of ends down, and then Hallelujah starts with that like lo-fi drum that like.
It's a low tempo song but with high energy.
Yeah, and then, because I feel like another big problem of the album is all the boring songs are at the end, which makes it feel like it's just a half an album with filler. I feel like if you just mix some of the filler and left some of the bangers
Yeah.
mixed around, it's better.
That's how normal bands
And
do
then-
it. Panic.
And then the good, the bad, and the dirty, because
Filler song.
huh?
Filler song. Good
Yeah.
filler song.
Because
I'm sorry, Brendan. It's a good filler song.
out of the three out of the 4 songs I've said so far have all started with the instrumental. So let's bring it to a song that starts vocally. Keep like the mix of starting with vocals and starting with instruments. Don't Throw Me With a Good Time. LADVOT. Golden Days starts on vocals. Hallelujah starts with the lo-fi drums, and then bam, 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 bam. So it's got some just variety. Then The Good, the Bad, and Dirty. It ends kind of low, so then bring in Death of a Bachelor, which also is just pretty low and mellow all the way through. Then it dies down. Then Emperor's New Clothes. Because, like, you're just kind of, like, brought back into this place, and you're like, oh, man, that was a chill song. And then Let's Fucking Go. And, like, it starts off in a way where it's, like, you kind of, like, sit up straight. Like, once you hear it, you're like, oh, shit. Yeah. Like, you're kind of just brought down to this place of comfort. Then Crazy Equals Genius. The two heaviest hitting songs I feel like should be, like, right next to each other.
Oh, definitely.
Where it's just, like, you're having fun as fuck. And then Victorious. Kind of play off of the pop elements in the song leading into that. Then House of Memories and Impossible Year.
I agree with. I think that actually would make the album significantly better.
Yeah, because I feel like the biggest issue is it's a mixtape, because there is very little lead in from song to song. I've seen other people do lists where they literally just did heaviest hitting down to the slowest, and it's like you need like a little bit of up and down, whereas Brendan's version is literally just up, down, middle, up. Like, it's just like it jumps. Like, there's no like steady movement throughout the album, so like you're just kind of always caught off guard by the next song in a way. Like, it's basically hitting shuffle on a Spotify playlist is how it feels. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I feel like if you just reorganize the album, maybe dropped House of Memories, it would be a better album.
I feel the same way about House of Memories.
It's such a shit song.
It's a song that I could take or leave.
Yeah.
In your House of Memories. Oh,
I do like the bridge. Your thoughts of best lovers, they always...
That is a very good bridge. I feel like
he wrote that and then wrote the rest of the song around that.
Exactly. That's the thing that makes that song.
Mm-hmm.
But the song overall,
yeah, like, you can't look at 20 seconds of a 3.5 minute song and be like, yeah, that's like that 20 seconds is good enough to carry the rest of the song.
Yeah,
it's got to be at least like 4/5, 5/6 of the song has to keep your attention really well.
Overall, of all your music tastes, where do you put this?
This album?
Yeah, this album.
Probably my 4th favorite album.
I would say mine's right about there, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
3, 4, or 5, depending on what kind of mood you catch me in.
Yeah.
I'd say 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah.
So it's up there in our top 5. It's a very good album.
What are your top 3 albums? What would you say? 3 albums that are just...
Number 1 is Rubber Soul by the Beatles. Number 2, honestly, I don't know. I listen to such a wide range of things.
I can think of 2 that are in my top 3, but I don't know what the third one would be. There's like so many contenders. My top 2 right now would probably I don't know which one would be number 1, but it'd probably be The Greatest Generation by the Wonder Years, and then A Different Shade of Blue by Knocked Loose, which are 2 very different from this.
There's only a few albums out there, because I like to create playlists and stuff like that. There's only a few albums out there that I will literally just put on and listen to all the way through.
Yeah, this is one of them.
Yes, this is one of them.
Yeah.
So I would say it's in my top 3.
Yeah.
The thing with Rubber Soul by the Beatles is that is such an interesting sound that no band I feel like ever recreated in another way. Like, you have a bunch of old rock and roll albums, you have a bunch of punk albums, you know, that all kind of like are the same genre.
Yeah. But
that album, you know, it's like it'll always be my number 1 because no other band sounded like that.
Yeah.
And the I can't really pick a second or third. I honestly I'd really have to sit down and think about it. I'm trying to think because like I love the White Stripes and the Black Keys. Man, an album that I could listen to all the way through, maybe, which is kind of funny because my number 1 my number one favorite album is Rubber Soul. It's probably the Black Keys' Rubber Factory, which I find fucking hilarious.
You just like rubbers, man.
I like rubbers, man. I like to just not feel like I'm actually having sex.
You know, like those pictures where you're like the girl's like sadly looking out the window and there's like rain on the outside of the window.
That's me.
That's your dick having sex with a condom on. Just looking at all that wetness.
Looking at all that wetness. So, the Rubber Factory by the Black Keys is probably, I'd say, my second favorite album because it's just so fucking bluesy and hardcore. Bluesy, hardcore. I wouldn't say it's hardcore.
You know
your definition of hardcore. Your definition of hardcore is
knocked loose.
Yeah. So
I also feel like you don't even know what hardcore is. Don't worry, I'll get you there.
but I would say this could be my third favorite album of all time.
Okay. What was it again? I wasn't listening.
What?
I only listened to your description. What album was it?
Rubber Soul, Rubber Factory, and then possibly Death of a Bachelor.
Death of a Bachelor. Ooh.
It could, I'd say 3, 4, or 5, depending on what mood you catch me in. I can't think of a White Stripes album that I would listen to all the way through. Can't think of really any band that I like that I would listen all the way through to.
I would say just to round out my list, just something that I know is up there, but I don't know if it's 3. It'd probably be For Blood and Empire, Anti-Flag.
Yeah. This is the
'Cause
only,
you know I
like,
love Anti-Flag.
if you made me name off 5 albums that I could, like, probably name 80 to 90% of all the songs off of, this would be one of them. It's a very good album, and if you looked at all my music taste, you'd be like, why the fuck do you listen to Panic at the Disco?
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's because, like, if you look at, like, what is on my workout playlist and stuff, which is probably my most listened to playlist, it's, like, Wage
You work out a
War,
lot?
Architects, Silent Planet, like, a lot of fucking heavy vocal, like, distortion, screaming kind of bands. And then it's, like, and Panic at the Disco. And then even, like, the pop punk I listen to is definitely, like, not the kind of pop punk that Panic at the Disco sits in. Like, their early
they're
stuff.
definitely a different kind of pop, and they're a different kind of rock and roll. And I think that's why they haven't become the sensation that they should be.
Yeah.
Or that Brendon should be. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just Brendon. And that leads us into Gallon Weeks, and I don't know how, but they found me, and it's a very good band, and they need more listeners.
Oh, yeah, they
do. They should be incredibly popular.
So let's kind of wrap this up. What would you rate the album out of 100?
Out of 100?
Yeah.
95. Easy.
95?
If not 99.
99. But,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 95 officially. 95. 95 out of 100.
What would you change about the album to give it 5 points?
Oh, to get it 5 more points,
Yeah.
I would probably say take out House of Memories, like you said.
Yeah.
Maybe build around that bridge more and just take out House of Memories and get a better song. I don't know what the song is because I'm not that creative. That's why I'm here reviewing shit. Because if you review shit professionally, you're not creative. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what you fucking are. Is you're an asshole.
I do gotta say, I agree with, but also hate the you don't play music, so you don't know what you're talking about. But I listen to music and I know what sounds good. Like,
I eat food and I know it tastes good.
yeah.
Cilantro tastes good, you fucking soap eating motherfuckers. So,
Calling everyone out.
For some reason, cilantro tastes like soap to people. I don't know if people knew that, but I found that out not too long ago.
Yeah, it's because of a gene that
You can go fuck your jeans. Your jeans high and tight. Oh, that's a different podcast. It's
your mom's house. Yeah, I know because they always have like the pants on the screen.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like that podcast.
You know,
It's
it's
too
tried
niche.
too edgy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you want to fucking...
You want to watch this video of someone like getting raped?
You want to listen to a video of a guy jerking off?
Yeah.
We won't do that to you here.
Dude,
we'll just talk about...
You want to watch this video of like a lion like ripping off this dude's face?
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, watch this Vine that I found.
Okay, so what would you do? What's your rating of Death of a Bachelor?
90.
90?
90.
Which is weird because you were definitely the Panic at the Disco fan out of the two of us.
Oh, yeah.
What would you do to give it that extra 10 points?
Change House of Memories, kill the idea of the slow song at the end.
Impossible Year?
Yeah.
But you put Impossible Year at the end. What?
Well, yeah, because it's on the album. I think it's dead, but there's a very large spider. Like, large. Uncomfortably large.
Okay.
It looks dead.
We should wrap this up really quick and get the fuck
I
out of here.
want to move. You should see this thing when we're done. And I can't stop looking at it. Oh my god, it's horrific. It's huge.
The spider?
Yeah, dude, it's like right behind my speaker. It's a monster.
Oh my god! Oh Jesus.
Dude, it's fucking huge.
It's fucking huge. For your fucking audio.
Okay, so to change.
Get the fuck out of here. We need to evacuate. Level 3. Which we've been hearing a lot of.
To
scary.
To change it to 100. Changing the album order, just making it kind of more cohesive product. Getting rid of House of Memories and Impossible Year, replacing them with 2 songs. I think
You want to get rid of Impossible Year?
yeah. I think
I definitely think it's a very stop looking at it.
dude, it's terrifying.
I think it's definitely very not what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Like
I feel like
patronizing song. Like they're definitely trying like this is our slow song. Take us seriously.
I feel like something that Brendon should have approached more before he became basically full pop, because that's what Pray for the Wicked is. It's a pop album. Roaring Twenties is a dope song, but every song on that album is a pop or a pop rock song. Like there's nothing real rocky about it. There's no heavy.
Which song? Or which album?
Pray for the Wicked.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
this-
definitely like, hey, we're a pop band.
I feel like this was his last hoorah as a rock musician,
And he
where
knew
there
that.
was still rock vibes and stuff to the album, where now he's a pop star in a way. And I feel like he should have embraced a little bit of grit on this album. And I would have liked, just like, you've seen his Billy Joel performance, right?
Yeah.
I like he's got a kind of like grit to his. He can do that really well, and I feel like we should have got a song that had some of that. Even if it's a slow song, like just something with some edge to it would have been nice instead of just "There's no sunshine."
This impossible year.
Like it's just like
No,
it's too open throated.
Something. This
Like it's too like just like it's too like vocal theoried in a way where it's just like it feels like a YouTube vocal like teacher's like idea of how you should sing all the time, like that super I'm singing open this
impossible.
like
Yeah,
it's-
I feel like it was
and
very.
it's just boring. It's not
Yeah.
fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Even in like if you're sad and want to embrace sadness, like it's not the song to listen to. I don't think. Then House of Memories is kind of the same, where it's got a
It's
good
not
bridge.
a sad song, but it's also not a happy song.
Yeah.
And it's not the song that like I want to like sit and cry to.
Yeah.
But it's also not the song that I want to like dance around to. And it's just in between. That's why we can get rid of both of those. But
Do
the
we
rest
have
of the
Raid?
album is great.
Do we have Raid or anything?
No, we have our foot. We're gonna kill
I
this
am
fucking
not
thing.
putting my foot on that thing.
It's gonna crunch.
Yeah. Like that's got to be dead. It hasn't moved like a millimeter. And
So
then
you would give it a 90.
yeah.
That's
I think I'm
interesting.
just gonna be more critical than you. I don't know. I feel like for an album to be perfect, it really has to nail home perfect. I don't think there's a perfect album.
See, here's how I rate things. Is I definitely rate things that I like higher, and rate things that I'm indifferent to or okay with, or don't like lower. Like I'm probably not gonna give a lot of things B's,
In
but I will give more things A's and more things C's.
in my mind, a 50 means an average album.
Okay.
Like, so when I say 90, I mean this thing is damn near perfect.
Yeah.
Like
And it is. It's 2 songs away from being perfect. Well, I'd say 1.5 songs from being perfect.
like I would say American Attraction by Anti-Flag. That's a 50. Like
I don't know that.
I like the album. It has 3 songs that I think are like really good on the album that I really enjoy. but it's a 50. It's an average album. It's nothing special. It's not bad. It's a 50. Like, so I feel like you are looking at it as a 70 as an average album because that's what school taught you to believe. Like a 75 means you're average because that's a C.
No, I'm thinking 60. That's
Six.
about my average because I do really like this album. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's one of the few albums that I can listen to all the way through and be okay. Yes, Impossible Year and House of Memories is average at best.
Yeah.
But the rest of the album is so good. Death
Yeah.
of a Bachelor, Emperor's New Clothes, Crazy Equals Genius, LA Devotee, Victorious. And I like Hallelujah is on some of my playlists. But it's not a song that I go out of my way to listen to.
Pretty boring song.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what album do you think we should do next?
So that's what I was just thinking about. As I think that you and I should play rock, paper, scissors on like best 2 out of 3. And then they get to pick.
I feel like we only need to do it once and then we just go back and forth from there.
To see who picks. Because we both picked this one
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So rock,
this
paper,
is-
scissors, and then just go back and forth from then on out.
Okay. I'm
right.
okay with that.
All right. So we're moving the microphones. You're a little drunk, so I might
Well, I'm
need
right
to-
here. Okay. Wait. This is a very serious 1 out of
So
1.
so it's rock, paper, scissors, go.
Oh, rock,
1.
paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Oh,
Whoa. You went way too quick.
I'm sober.
You went on 2. What a fucking idiot.
Okay.
Oh, this is on 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
See, I did that to get in your head because you're like, oh, he threw scissors. What's he gonna do?
God damn it. Now I don't know
I'm
what
gonna
to do.
throw scissors again.
He is going to. He's a sociopath. He's staring me in the eyes with his brown, shitful eyes. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I want to do.
I'm gonna throw scissors.
I know you're going to, but that's why I'm going to throw paper. God damn it. This is the most intense game of rock, paper, scissors I've ever had. Okay, wait.
Literally, we don't win anything. We just pick the next album. It's not.
Yeah, but now I have to wait another week in order to pick an album I want to fucking listen to. You know the amount of shit I went through today to listen to Panic at the Disco all goddamn day? I wanted to listen to Test of Violet. Okay. Oh, God. Oh,
Like, I'm not just gonna throw you into a different shade of blue by Knocked Loose, or
You keep saying these things that I don't know what they are.
like I'm not gonna throw you into core immediately. Like hardcore is coming in like 4 months.
Okay.
Like I'm definitely gonna warm you up, give you the
Give me a
ideas.
Paramore album to start with.
Maybe.
Why do I feel like I'm going to lose? Why is that my first thought that I'm going to lose when I know I'm going to win?
Because you're drunk. I got
I know I'm
I got
gonna
the
win.
strategy advantage.
Okay, ready? Set. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Is okay. So 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, I won. I knew it.
It's best of 3 dipshit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You said it.
Oh, I thought you said we only need to do this once.
No, I mean this.
Oh, I thought you meant do
No.
it every night, but we only need to do it once.
No, we.
And I was like,
we
one of
do
us
it
is gonna
once.
lose every night.
We do it once and then we move on.
Okay, so I won 1. God
Yeah.
damn it! I thought I was ahead. Okay, so I'm 1-0. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, let's go.
You went early.
I did go
I
early.
was gonna throw rock though. Does that count for anything?
No, we have to start
Okay.
over.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? 1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
4. Fuck! Yes, I win. Rock beats scissors twice. Okay,
Because you
so
cheated on round 2.
our next
You threw
album,
paper and I was gonna throw scissors. I won both of the faulty rounds.
and I won both the real rounds. So, what does that mean for you?
I feel like you should have gotten automatic L for your failure.
You went on 2.
I went on 3.
You
Can't
went on
count.
2.
We have footage. I went on 3.
You went on 2. I want you people to play it back, and then you tell me. So, all right. So the next album will probably be something awful that you'll hate.
Why?
I don't know, because you and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna pick something good for him. I can't think of anything
See,
off
I'm,
the top of my
I'm
head
going
that I
to
like.
make you like a a core fan by just leading you down a road.
I'm gonna make you listen to Miley Cyrus's Malibu.
I liked it, but
It was
like
good.
that's her new album.
She just came out with an album like in the last couple months, I think.
Yeah.
But it was the one before that had that song
okay.
Malibu.
See, I like her new stuff.
Her new stuff is way better than when she was dancing all crazy.
Yeah.
God damn it! This fucking microphone.
Well, I thought you were gonna pick one today.
No, I'll pick one and then I'll tell you and then we'll listen to it and then we'll tell the next episode.
Okay.
And you're not gonna find out now. That's bullshit. I'm
Yeah,
not even
but
on camera.
I need a week to do homework. We literally had a day to do homework on this, and it was an album that we like, and I feel like we could be more.
and I'll make one up and you'll know by tomorrow and we'll film it next Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
This is us r/ signing off because
I feel
we're
like
Reddit
we should have had a
nerds.
closing sentence, but okay. This is r/.
This is us r/ signing off.